Ah, here we go again.
You got that right, TJ. We're reporting live from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, where barbecuing a mole rat on the open range might be a safer bet than sleeping with a roof over your head in the heart of the city. But it pays to take some risks in this life, and fighting through bands of raiders and super mutants might be the only way to find a place that will sell you a cold one that hasn't been skunked out sitting in the back of an old forgotten truck somewhere. It's their city, we're just living in it. Out here in the Commonwealth, the animals are ugly and ferocious, and the people are angry and suspicious, but surely, if we put our minds to it, we could find an establishment that makes us feel at home. And that's what we're here to do today. So come with me, as we pack the car and grab some scallops and chowder as we wonder about this freaking concept. What are the best bars in Fallout 4? All right, so our first stop is a little place called the Dugout Inn. It's made out of a repurposed baseball dugout, hence the name. So, we got a cute little outdoor seating area here. Let's take a little look around. Now, you just know that this booth stinks of mildew. Just sitting out in the rain all day, uncovered. Those soggy cushions. Me personally, I'm not going to choose to sit here at the Dugout Inn. They got some nice benches, some nice little end table with some patio chairs around it. That's probably where I'm going to go. Bit of empty bottles and leftover food. Kind of in need of a busboy. I'm sure that they could rectify that pretty easily. And then this is the dugout portion. This is where Babe Ruth would smoke cigars and drink beers before he would go and hit a home run or whatever. I don't know the specifics. I'm not a baseball historian or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's what he did. So let's check out what we got going on inside. I like this neon sign. Very evocative. It's very, very, very moody. Nice mood lighting. Got a porta diner. These things are rigged. I hate these things. Never win. And yet the pie always looks good. So this is a nice little dive bar feel. It almost feels like your friend's basement where you go to drink beers and smoke a little marijuana when their parents are out working after school or something like that. We got there seems to be carpet on the ceiling that's peeling. I've never really seen that before. I think maybe it's wallpaper. Let's take a seat here and chat with the people, see what the clientele are like. What are you guys up to? What are you guys what are you into? Do you guys like to play board games or nothing, huh? Well, it's sometimes it's a little scary to chat with a traveling food restaurant critic. I love how the paintings are too big for the pillars that they're putting them on. I mean, the paintings themselves, they're a little faded. They could use a little bit of restoration. Oh, hello. That is quite the stare. She gave me a bit of a dressing down there. I'm just here to enjoy myself. A fine establishment that you sure you're frequenting.
Yeah, you ain't nobody. Got it?
Oh, God. If you don't live here, you ain't nobody. Got it? This is certainly a very Boston section of town. It's kind of funny that the nuclear apocalypse happened and we were still able to preserve the Boston accent. I think that this is a testament to the tenacity of humanity and the human spirit. That we were like, nope, we're not giving up that accent. That one's sticking with us. So shout out to the people of Boston for that. Oh boy. Got a bit of a Charlie situation over here. Someone's sleeping on the floor and huffing economy wonder glue. None of my business. You choose to live your life however you want. Me personally, I'd like to sleep on a bed on a box spring and not huffing glue to fall asleep. It doesn't even sound like it works, but anyways, this kitchen seems to be not very functional. There's a shower next to the appliances, and instead of a stove, there's a charcoal grill, which historically has led to a lot of bad outcomes in terms of smoke inhalation and what have you. Would not recommend putting a charcoal grill in your house. I'm sure there's a Reddit post out there or something of somebody almost killing themselves doing that. Let's go check out the rooms for rent, the inn part of the Dugout Inn. Let's see what's behind door number 1. And this seems more like an office. I don't think that they rent this one out. Yeah, no, that's for employees only, I would assume.
Glad we haven't scared you off yet.
Let's see what's behind door number 2. Okay, not bad. We at least have a bed that isn't on the floor. That's a step up from the back room. And we got some comfy chairs, a sofa or couch. You guys post in the comments, sofa or couch. We'll get a little poll going. And you have like the typical downsides of the post-apocalyptic room for rent, paint peeling from the walls and such. You could probably smell this room just by looking at it. But you get what you paid for. Got a couple spare toilets back here, I guess. You don't want to throw anything out. You might need later. Behind door number 3. Pretty acceptable living situation for one night, I would suppose. You wouldn't want to, have a residency over here or anything, but also I don't know why you would need 2 desks in a room that you're like in a hotel room essentially. Bit of a strange choice, but I kind of get a hoarder vibe. Oh, there's only 1 desk. But I get a little bit of a hoarder vibe from this place. So I think they just like find furniture and like, oh, that would look nice in the room, and they just throw it in there. So probably explains that. Let's talk to the bartender, Vadim. What do you got for us, buddy?
The detective is back.
Let me get a cold beer, please.
Hey, Vadim.
Come.
All right, so we got a pretty respectable menu here. We got some bourbon, some beer, dirty water, a little bit of food, iguana on a stick, some soda. Selling eggs. Eggs with no stove, I think, is a strange choice. Am I just supposed to crack open a rad scorpion egg and like slurp that thing down? I don't know. Far be it from me to yuck somebody's yum, but I'm not going to be purchasing the rad scorpion egg. I'm sure probably for somebody else. It's on the menu, so someone's got to be ordering it. It's like when you go to a diner and you see like scrapple or like chipped beef. You're like, who's ordering chipped beef? Let's see these guys. You guys want to play a board game? What do you guys think? How about a game of Blast Radius, huh? Whoa, this thing is haunted. We got a haunted board game. You guys ever seen that before? That's a little freaky. You guys seem bizarrely calm for what just happened right now in front of our eyes. I guess everyone has just seen a haunted board game before. I mean, they're the regulars, so I guess they would know. Anyways, let's get out of here. Hey, what's up, pal? Whoa. His steak just disappeared. Did you guys see that? Do it again.
Excuse me.
Whoa. How did you do that? Well, anyways. So, yeah, that was the Dugout Inn. A perfectly acceptable themed dive bar. The cluttered atmosphere and misshapen paintings really give it a unique, personalized character. It is suffering from a lack of lighting, but if you're looking for a dreary little hole in the wall where you can get into a frowning contest with the locals, you found your home. The rooms available for rent are spacious and accommodating, if you can get past the paint peeling off the walls. The menu is decent, offering a selection of booze, food, and non-alcoholic options, but don't expect anything hot because the kitchen is completely inoperative. Overall, a completely functional experience and a nice stop if you're just passing through or need a place to stay for the night. Just be careful of the board games because I think that they're haunted. So I'm going to have to give the Dugout Inn an 8.0. So yeah, that was the Dugout Inn. That was a cool little start. You get to, chop it up with some of the locals and see, what the community has done with the baseball diamond, which is a pretty good place for a shelter and a town, if you ask me. But the next stop on our journey is a place called the Adam Cat's Garage. The Adam Cats are kind of a bunch of mechanics obsessed with power armor who live out in the middle of nowhere in a repurposed garage. So we'll go and pop on by, give them a visit, and see what their whole thing is about. So yeah, the Adam Cat's Garage. Let's go there now. So here we are, the Adam Cat's Garage. So yeah, like I said, it's a repurposed gas station. They're doing what they can with the space that they got, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. This is kind of the junkyard portion, a little bit of a scrap yard, and look, a little outdoor gym. Let me see. Let's lift these. Whoa, 160. Look at that. Yeah, that's how you do it. Look at that. I'm jacked. Dropping the weights too. Yeah, you can't do that at Planet Fitness. Good set, everybody. Hit the showers. Yeah, so the junk is a bit of an eyesore decor wise, but I don't think they're really trying to put on airs for anybody. This isn't like a business per se. It's more of like a guild. It's like the Fighters Guild, but for power armor. So it's more like over here. You see, we got like a barracks situation. It's more of like an insiders club. So they're not really prioritizing the facilities in terms of like attracting people from the outside to spend caps here. It's just like a place to relax for the people who stop by or choose to spend their time here. All right, so here we got the workshop situation. A lot of facilities. So I guess if you did want to become an Adam Cat, which I do not, you would, have plenty of, tools and stuff to work with. So in that regard, they're probably a pretty good guild. Looks like they got like a little still over there, maybe making their own moonshine or something. Some Gwinnett brews. And then here's the diner. So it's a cute little corner. They got a bartender back there, a pool table, jukebox. We got what are those things called? The iRobot. iRobot, the robot that's also a movie starring Will Smith. Anyways, yeah, but I like what we got going on here. It's kind of it's cozy, it's homey. It's a charming little recreational center. Let's play a little bit of pool. Let's see. Let's take a shot. See if we can sink one in the pocket here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think the pool. I think the pool table's rigged. There we go. Wait. There we go. Yeah, that's in. That's I got it in. That's in. I win. That's how you play pool, everybody. That's how you play pool and win. Let's move on. We got Jangles the Moon Monkey here. He's he's looking pressed. That Jangles is not having a good time. He was not. I don't think he volunteered to be up on the moon. I think they just stuck him in a suit and sent him up there. So thoughts and prayers to Jangles. He's not having a good time. Hello, Zeke. Back up a little bit, please. Give me a little personal space. I'd like to sit down and order a drink, if you don't mind. Blue Jay. Everyone's got a little bit of
See what you got.
little hey, oh, how you doing? Kind of thing going on. It's hard to take seriously. The menu seems to have no alcohol options, so that always affects the score. We can't let them get away with that. But they do have a lot of food items and such, and it seems that they also just have a couple of free beers on the table here. So it's not like that they don't have any beers at all. They just don't sell them. So, bit of an odd situation here. But yeah, got the little Gwinnett beer poster, like those my goodness sort of cute little promotional posters from back in the day. They're pretty much the only good beer advertisements that ever existed. And look, we got a kitchen stove or cooking stove back here. So, if you happen to have bought a rad scorpion egg and walked all the way over here, you could cook it. So, that would be good for you if that applies. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get out of here. That was the Adam Cat's Garage. The Adam Cat's Garage is a bizarre little spot in the southeast corner of the Boston wasteland. It has an impressive amount of technical facilities that are focused on maximizing weapons and power armor. However, in the hospitality department, they have a lot to be desired. The diner is cramped with no alcohol options for sale, and the clientele are laser focused on talking your ear off about power armor. That being said, the space has a nice bit of charm. The food options are actually quite satisfactory, and the pool table does a lot of heavy lifting in the fun department. Not a terrible place to visit, but the lounge seems to be a bit of an afterthought, and the Danny Zuko greases the word shtick gets old pretty quickly. So I'm going to have to give the Adam Cat's Garage a 6.8. So yeah, that was the Adam Cat's Garage. Not terrible. We've seen worse. There's definitely worse places that you could be forced to stay out here in the wasteland. But I don't think I'm gonna return. I don't think I would go back again. But where people say that they probably would go back to again is our next stop in Good Neighbor, called the Third Rail. The Third Rail is a hip little swanky joint, at least from what I've heard. And I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm going to, just leave it at that. So, next stop, Good Neighbor, the Third Rail. Let's go there now. All right, so here we are, Good Neighbor. A lot of things to like about Good Neighbor. There's, plenty of different accessible store types, much like the baseball diamond, which we didn't really get into, but I think that is a positive that also applies to Good Neighbor. You know, it's a town. We got a couple of different locations. We got the Memory Den, and we have the Hotel Rexford, both of which are sort of story dependent and don't seem to offer a lot of practical recreational activities for a traveling restaurant reviewer such as myself. That's what we got the third rail for. The third rail is it seems to be like a repurposed subway station, hence the name. You know, we got a lot of appropriately named bars here in Fallout 4, and we appreciate that. I think bars and video games are probably some of the worst names that you could possibly see. So seeing one that is appropriately named, I think it's a bit refreshing. So let's go inside and see what's going on in there. Hello, Ham. We got a nice little lavish entryway with a doorman. He's wearing a nice little tuxedo with a cool hat. You have yourself a nice day, Ham. We'll talk to you later. Let me know if you need any help with the riffraff. So yeah, as I said, it's a repurposed subway station. And you have some of the aesthetic choices that you would see. The tile, the grimy tiles, I think, are probably just really hard to clean. And I don't know how you would restore. I don't think you have the tools necessary to restore something like that. The jazz music gives it a very special feel. You never really see live music at all out in the wasteland. So it's nice to see that there's somebody out here keeping that spirit alive, and that there's a place where you can go and experience it. The gift of music, everybody. But yeah, we got a lot of comfortable couches, nice seating options. Good place to kick back and take a load off. The clientele is a little more cosmopolitan, a little friendlier. I did notice no ghouls in the Dugout Inn. So I don't know. Maybe the third rail a little more accepting. We appreciate that. We love ghouls here on this channel. If you don't like ghouls, you can go ahead and unsubscribe. There, I said it. Get the heck out of here, you ghoul haters. Doom 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 boom doom doom boom boom. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we love a stage here on this show, on this channel.
Excuse me, miss.
Hey, sing another one for us, Magnolia.
Yeah.
Not much else to say.
Where did that ashtray go? Where did that come from? Everything in this game is haunted. A British Mr. Handy bartender. We appreciate that. Let's see what he's got in stock. Yeah, there's a lot of options. We got bourbon. We got a variety of Gwinnett beers, the pale ale, the stout. We got some vodka, soda, everything you would really want in an establishment like this. And very rarely do you see any options outside of just beer. So to have like a couple of different options on tap, I think is actually quite unique, and very cool to see. Yeah, I really like the feel of this bar. It feels like a place where you actually want to like stay. Feels like a place where you'd like to invite somebody to, and you could have a nice night here. You can't really go bar hopping in a town like this. There's too many super mutants and raiders and such.
Peace, brother.
But not mine.
So we'll pop a squat and crack a beer. What's up, Baldy? This is a cool angle. I feel like you really get the scope of like how many people are here. I think it's a lot more lively. I mean, there's not a lot of intermingling of the social circles, but it still just feels like it's a place where people want to actually spend their time. The Dugout Inn, I felt like was not really a place people want to spend their time. They're just like, well, it's the Dugout Inn, or I'm gonna bake out in the sun or something. But this seems like a cool place, a hip place where people, socialize and have a good time and stuff. A lot of mean mugging in the Dugout Inn. So let's check out the VIP section now that those gentlemen are done having their little business discussion. There's still a man here. I'm sure he's allowed to be here. He's definitely acting like he belongs here. So I'm not complaining. I'm just, don't really want to talk to him. That's a cool little poster, like the Iron Giant, the Crimson Giant. Got a picture of a boat, a nice little sailboat. That's a classic thing to make a painting out of, I think. Not my cup of tea, but you definitely see plenty of paintings of boats. But yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot going on in the VIP section, and quite frankly, I think I would rather be in the normal section because that's just where more people are. Probably have a better time. Instead, you get this one guy who's just drinking and staring at you. I feel like I'm in the Dugout Inn again. And the bourbon and the cigars aren't even complimentary. Or maybe that's just his. I don't know. I'm sick of the VIP section. Let's get out of here. All right, so yeah, that was the third rail. If you're looking for a memorable experience that helps wash away the toils and tribulations of the Boston wasteland, then the third rail is the place for you. Sporting a selection of liquor, wine, soda, and multiple beers on tap would give any post-apocalyptic club high marks, but it doesn't just stop there. Live music, friendly clientele, and a relaxing atmosphere really pushes this venue to the top. My only gripes are that some of the areas are a bit on the grimy side, and that the VIP section feels kind of boring and superfluous. But these are really just minor complaints. I could not recommend this place enough, and would definitely visit this place again if I'm in the area. Tell Charlie Mr. Sun sent you, and ask for the Hawk and Pucky. So I'm going to have to give the third rail a 9.8. So here on the Mr. Sun channel, we don't judge books by their covers. And that's why for our final stop, the combat zone, I'm not going to write it off just off of the name. You never know. It could be a cool place where the name is just to fool people into going somewhere else, so that the people who go there regularly can just enjoy it. Like Iceland. They're like, no one's going to want to go to a place called Iceland, and then they go to Greenland, and then, they get eaten by wolves or something. I don't know. Freeze to death and starve from a lack of crops and agriculture. It doesn't matter. The point is, the combat zone is our next stop, and we are going to... we're not going to judge it until we see it and giving it the benefit of the doubt. So, yeah, the combat zone. Let's go there now. And here we are. We've finally arrived at the combat zone. not a whole bunch of fanfare up front. The junk, all the junk seems a little unnecessary. And the red paint on the signage might be a little bit of a red flag. I don't know. But, when I hear the combat zone, it makes me think of the Discovery Zone. You guys know about the Discovery Zone? Oh, it's like a Chuck E. Cheese, but with an even, better jungle gym. It had, a ball pit with a climbing rope and, bridges made out of cross-hatched industrial rubber bands and slides with, the rolly cylinders that you always get your fingers pinched in. Oh. Ooh. This doesn't look good at all. Yeah, we got... Oh, man. The rule breakers. Well, that seems excessive. There's a skeleton in here. We got a very bedraggled atmosphere here. It's very dingy and depressing. It's low light in a bad way. Scary. I feel like someone's gonna stab me with a screwdriver in here. I guess the verticality is kind of an interesting choice. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look safe. I don't think that this has been inspected in a very long time, if at all. Okay, we got a nice seating, a nice viewpoint, a bird's eye view. Frequenters of the channel will know how we feel about bird's eye views of the combat zone, which I guess is nice if you're here for the combat zone. I like this little Halloween themed section. That's kind of fun. I guess if you're a big Halloween fan, I know a lot of people, a lot of adults are big Halloween fans these days. No disrespect there. I enjoy myself a nice Halloween party every once and again. And it looks like over here we've got the control panel. That's where all the stage lights and such are being controlled from. But I really feel like I'm gonna fall through the floorboards here at any minute. This place, it does not seem like it's professionally done. I want to get back down on the solid ground, put my feet on some foundation here. I don't really feel safe on this little shanty shack here. Yeah, but there's definitely plenty of facilities here. Someone might want to clean up that countertop. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's rust. I think it's being kind of generous though. Bunsen burner. I don't think that this place is safe for children. We got a little workshop over there, and look, a first aid station. So that's good to have. A little bit safer. We got a chemistry station over there. I don't think that's like the chemistry set you get in 4th grade where you make a baking soda volcano. Now that one looks a little more Breaking Bad coded. Get that shopping cart out of here. Get out of my way, shopping cart. What do we have over here? Yeah, more workstations. Got a workbench, an armor bench. Yeah, I guess they weren't making a joke here about the combat zone. This is truly a zone. This place is zoned for combat. I don't know if you have to get a petition from the city. I don't know if you have to fill out any paperwork to get your place zoned for combat. We have a very upsetting sleeping area over here. If someone told me this is where you're sleeping for the night, I would be upset. I'd be like, oh man, this is gonna wreak havoc on my sciatica. That's what I would say if someone was like, this is your sleeping arrangement for the night. Oh, and look, the kitchen is not clean at all. Who would have guessed? Yep, we got a broken sink. We got the faucet is just pried right off of the sink there. I I don't even know how you do that. I mean, I guess persistence, right? That's really the key to anything. If you want to, if you've got a goal in mind, even if it's prying the faucet off of the sink, you got to be persistent. That's what they always tell you. And I guess let's take a look. What's in this pot here? Oh, Lord. What in the... I think that should be... I think you're supposed to refrigerate whatever was on that stove, in that stove pot. Oh my God. Tommy Lonigan. Are you the manager? Hello, sir. Your kitchen, I don't think your kitchen is up to code. I think he's out. He's out for the night. It's like 1 p.m. It's definitely like, not an unusual time to be awake right now. So here's the bar. Definitely the most charming section of the entire combat zone, I would say. That being said, it's still a little concerning. It doesn't look like I don't think anybody's taking care of anything in the combat zone, to be honest. I guess in a way, I don't know what I expected, but we certainly are not looking at the Discovery Zone. That's for sure. A lot of empty bottles here. It seems that the bar has been completely picked clean, and there's a lit cigar, which would imply that somebody lit it recently, but who knows? We've seen a lot of haunted things in our travels today. For all I know, that cigar has been lit since this place opened. So yeah, as far as makeshift bars go, this one's actually kind of good. It's one that I wouldn't mind spending maybe 1 hour at, and then being like, I got to get out of here. I think I'm going to get an infection from one of the many things that that you could get an infection from in a place like this. Yeah, and it definitely wouldn't. It's definitely suffering from a lack of clientele here. I'm not 100% sure if I would want to hang out with somebody who was a regular at this place, but it's suffering from a lack of liveliness. Let's put it like that. Spirits more like dispirited. Am I right, guys? Am I right, gang?
Brother, this guy stinks!
Let's check out the zone part of the combat zone, the titular combat zone. It's really just a cage made of scaffolding. There's what you see is what you get. What I see is a stage with a lot of red stains on it, and I don't think that's tomato soup, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I think it would behoove us to get the heck out of here. So yeah, that was the combat zone. This place is not for kids. Parents, do not bring your kids here if you don't want them participating in close quarters combat. The risk for tetanus is extremely high. This might be the junk capital of the world. The seating options are plentiful and intriguing, but I can guarantee they are not up to code. The kitchen is busted up and filthy, and I don't even want to know what they got on the stove. I went to bring up my concerns to the manager, and he told me to shut up, and then went back to sleeping on his mattress on the floor. The bar really is the only redeeming quality if they have someone working back there. But despite its ineffable charm, I would say avoid this place at all costs. This is nothing like the Discovery Zone. The name is not an irreverent joke. Do yourselves a favor and skip this one on your next visit. So I'm going to have to give the Combat Zone a 2.4. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you made it this far, I hope you know that I appreciate you and you're helping me keep this thing going. Don't forget to like and subscribe, even if you didn't like the video. What's the big deal? If you want to help me grow the channel, you can follow me on Blue Sky or check out my Bandcamp in the description below. And don't forget to tell me about your favorite video game bar in the comments. We can add it to the list. I want to wish everybody a great day. Stay safe, drink responsibly, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Tell me if it's ready.